So I was filming Nick Bosa in the locker room today, and I noticed Brock Purdy in the background of my shot because they're a couple lockers down, and you noticed. So I started focusing in on Brock, like, hey, there's the Niners quarterback right there. What did you notice from my footage of Brock?
Let me give some more context. There was a whole crowd around Bosa.
Yeah.
Where Iggy was positioned, he could see a few lockers away where Brock Purdy was. And then he was intrigued because Iggy and I are very interested in human behavior.
Yeah.
I always was when I was covering sports.
That's why my focus went to Purdy away from Bosa. Because Bosa's answering football questions.
And he answers none of his answers are ever astonishing.
No.
Okay.
No offense, but no.
So Iggy focused. I don't know how you do it with a phone, but he focused on the quarterback. And what's the quarterback doing? First of all, no one is around him. He's on his own. He's sitting on a stool, facing his locker, and it looked like he was eating a bowl of soup.
It's scarfing it down. Whatever he had, a tray of food, and it was just like,
yeah, and
like he had 5 minutes to eat, and he was going to eat. Yeah.
And if you didn't know who it was, you would think this was a ball boy. And listen, I'm not saying this is an exaggeration. He had the last locker at the end of the line. You would have thought, oh, let's give this locker to the ball boy. And he had to hurry up because he had cleats to clean before.
He's barely in the locker room. He's
barely in the locker room.
He's almost out. That was the Nick Mullins locker, by the way. I think they give that to the third string quarterback. Like you're on the team, but barely.
Yeah, see the door over there?
and the exit sign right there? Yeah, that's you.
What I liked was how Purdy was just so humble, unaware that anyone would even want to look at him, and that Iggy had the brains to focus on it, literally focus. Tell about the Christmas cards.
Okay, so first thing when we get into the locker room, we see Purdy, and he's going locker to locker one at a time, and he's grabbing a card out and putting it like on the like you know how you would put it on your mantle so you could see it. And it's I think him and maybe like his brother or something, and they got little Christmas things on, and they're smiling, and it was really cute. And it's like he's not you hear about like franchise quarterbacks giving gifts to their offensive linemen, buy everyone a Rolex or something like that. This guy's making, after taxes and everything, probably like $500,000 this year. He got Christmas cards for his teammates. It was in his budget, and it's the thought that counts, Dad. And I thought it was quite thoughtful.
Yes, it was quite thoughtful. And in addition, while you were talking to Bosa, it was right up on the shelf of Bosa's locker, and Bosa had put it there.
Yes,
he was happy for the gift, and
yes.
Iggy. If you see the video, he focused on that as well. So, what do these things tell us about Brock Purdy?
Well, he doesn't exactly own the locker room yet. That being said, he's not fading into he's not a wallflower. He's in the corner, and he's still got his head down, eating his food and taking it one day at a time. But at the same time, he's starting to act like a central fixture in that locker room. Here's my face in every single locker. Me smiling.
That's right.
Don't you know what I mean? And it's not. I'm not imposing. I'm not pushing. But I am the quarterback of this team. And who doesn't like a Christmas card? It's pretty non-committal.
So it seems very humble. But
Yes.
on the other hand, he's coming forward and saying, "Put my face in your locker.
Yeah, I'm your leader.
I'm your leader.
I'm your leader."
And I thought that he did it with such tact, but he did it.
He did it.
He did it.
It's very strategic. I wonder if him and his family thought of it. It's the perfect amount. You know how you say like no pressure, the perfect amount of pressure. It's the perfect amount of pushiness. Like, hey, I'm not necessarily saying I'm the franchise quarterback here, but here's my picture for your locker.
Yeah. I loved it. I loved it. And the fact that he was sitting there eating alone and like the ball boy, it showed his 2.5 weeks of success hasn't changed him at all.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. And one of the things I like about him is I feel like he's the first quarterback the Niners have had in a long time, legit starter, who hasn't been given the job. Like he's in the process of earning it, and he may or may not, but he has to earn this job, and he's like trying to win the teammates over. It's not like, hey, they gave me $150 million as my team. Like, you better get to like me or not. Or they spent 3 first-round picks on me. It's my freaking team. And I'm not saying Jimmy and Trey acted that way, but the Niners created those situations. Now you got Mr. Irrelevant, and he's had 3 good games. Well, he's not. This is his opportunity. He's going to make the most out of it. He's got nothing guaranteed. And watch this 22-year-old make mature, smart decision after another. A 34-year-old and a 77-year-old can sit back and be like, "Oh, that was very smart. That was good. I like what he did right there. I wish I would. I'd like to think I would do something with that much poise if I were in his position. But frankly, if I were 22, I wouldn't have."
Just think about the difference at Cleveland. You think Deshaun Watson's putting Christmas cards in everybody's locker?
Or what people always said about Baker Mayfield. I mean, everyone hated that guy. I wonder why.
But what I want to say about Watson is he doesn't have to win over the locker room.
Right.
They had to go through purgatory to get him.
Right.
And such bad publicity. It's his locker room, for better or for worse, and you better keep your mouth shut.
Same with Russell Wilson in Denver.
Absolutely.
It's really nice to have a quarterback like this.
Yes.
He may not be the greatest quarterback of all time, but he might be perfect for this system. And look at how he's having to operate to make this work, humbly. He has to be humble here. It's great. Usually someone becomes the quarterback of the 49ers and it seems to, I don't know, it's too much, or it goes to their head, or it's a heady position. It's like the most glamorous position in American sports. And it's nice to see someone not be promised the job and have to earn it every single moment, and to see how they go about doing it, what they're trying to do. He is trying to
I'll
do.
tell you something, a very interesting comparison. When Joe Montana started out, and before he was Joe Montana, and you know what I mean by that, he was just like that. Right. He was extremely humble.
Yep.
And I think there's still a part of Joe that's extremely humble. But before he won the Super Bowl, he was so accessible. He would return phone calls. He didn't. He wasn't a big star yet, and he acted with great humility, and it was very attractive in Joe, like this kid.
Because just like Purdy, he was never promised the starting job. He's a third-round pick.
Absolutely not. Yeah,
third-round pick. You could be a backup. You could be a washout. So he had to earn it.
Yeah,
every step of the way. So it's nice. It's nice. It's nice.
It's Iggy. The story of the 49ers is fascinating.
Yes.
Add on to that the story of Brock Purdy. Wow, what a season!
Yeah, what a season! It's amazing.
Season.
I don't mean to go what if or into the future, but he's under contract for 3 more years. They can't extend him for 2 more years. No matter what he does, he's making $900 million next year, and he's probably going to be living in an apartment with roommates, and that could be the biggest star on the team, the biggest star. The 49ers quarterback could just be some guy in Santa Clara. I think it's pretty amazing.
Shopping at Safeway, got his
Shopping
cart.
at Safeway, yeah.
One
with
of
his
those
freaking
carts
card.
with the wheels going to the right, and you keep trying to straighten.
Driving a used Toyota from 2002, an Avalon, because it gets good mileage, but at the same time spacious. I think it's pretty cool.
Can I tell you something? Wait, before you read
ahead.
that, another reason this is a great season, we criticize Kyle for getting off to slow starts, and he deserves the criticism, but the slow start made it more interesting.
Yeah, and what you could say is better to finish strong than start strong. You want to peak late, right? And the Niners are doing that.
Like Miami started strong.
Yep.
Look at them.
They're not finishing strong, are they?
And the Jets too.
And I'm not saying the Eagles, but Jalen Hurts hurt. Jalen Hoyts is Hoyt. So.
Jalen Hurts is Hoyt.
Hey, Hoyts is Hoyt.
It couldn't Hoyt.
It could though in his case.